Hello. New camera says hello. New quality says what's up. I'm here today to keep with the trajectory. We're telling story times against all odds, against everything that I want, everything that my body is telling me, every visceral reaction I've been having, everything. We're all here for it, and we're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going, okay? We're just gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going. I don't know who got this idea in this pretty little head of mine, but kind of mad about it. Kind of big mad about it. Kind of big mad about it because it's making me face my emotions and my feelings and my traumas, and I don't love it, okay? We're not straight up just not having a good time with it, but in the long run, it's good. It's for the greater good of things. It's for the greater good of me. It's for the greater good of humanity. Look at me. Literally saving the world. Literally, that's why I'm keeping going. Because I've got a world to save, okay? That's how we're gonna look at it. Doing the Lord's work. God's plan. Here I am. The story I'm going to tell today. If you saw my last video, if you didn't, go check it out. Go look, stop right now. Go check out all my last videos because I have just shared too much. Shared way too much that didn't need to be shared. But you would kind of need the backstory for this story because you're not going to know what the hell's going on if you don't know the rest of my chaotic life, okay? So all things chaotic, welcome to my life. Welcome to all things chaotic. That is my life. I did it. Okay, the story I am going to tell you today. I'm just gonna go in and say what kind of happened after my mom died. So I told the story about my mom died. I didn't cohesively tell the story of how my mom died. I kind of just told the regrets I had surrounding my mom's death. I think today we're going to do a little deeper dive into how my mom actually died, what actually happened, and then gearing up to go and tell the story of my dad. So what I didn't get to mention through all like the chaos and just the mess that was that last video, I didn't really mention how my mom died and the story leading up to it and all of that fun stuff that we call life, okay? Let's get into it. Okay, now that I've procrastinated enough, thought about it, debated it, regretted it, but we're gonna do it. My mom. What kind of upsets me about my mom's death is, upsets me isn't really the right, I don't think it's the fair word to use because granted we were working in uncharted territories. My dad didn't, I don't think many people on this planet know just instinctively what to do if your wife / the mother of your child is dying and you can see that she's dying and you don't know how to tell that to your kid, if that makes sense. Things, if you ask me, may have been a little bit. I wouldn't have done them the way my dad did, but I can recognize that this is a very unique situation and he didn't know what to do. Like this, there's no rule book. There's no like, turn to me and read me and I can fix all the problems and I know how to fix it because I've been through this. This is a very unique situation to the world. I give my dad the benefit of the doubt in the fact that he didn't know what the fuck was going on. He didn't know the best way to go about it because literally, who would? Literally, who would? Your wife is dying. She's the mother of your child. Like, shit's fucked, okay? We don't know how to go about it. I can see that and I can recognize that and I can go about with it, okay? When my mom, so Christmas had happened, that whole thing, her health after Christmas really started to deteriorate. And I didn't know how bad it was because like I said at the time, me and my mom weren't on this weren't on speaking terms, so I wasn't going actively to see her in the hospital regularly. So I had no grasp of what was actually going on. And mind you, I was 11 years old. So I'm gonna keep giving myself the benefit of the doubt. I was 11 years old. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I didn't think my mom was gonna die. I didn't know my mom was gonna die. I don't think any kid would think that their mom was gonna die. You know, you feel me, we're on the same page? Okay. My dad sits me down and is like, hey, we need to go to Kansas City. Your mom got switched to a new hospital. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's weird. Like, why should I have to go to a different city? Like, he never told me what was going on. He just told me we had to go to Kansas City and like see my mom because things were different. Okay, he never told me like what was going on, what I was walking into, what was happening. Essentially, I just had this cold walk into the hospital to see my mom, who was in a coma. And I think that's what really, I think looking back where I see like my shock and like how things just weren't done in the right manner, because I had no idea what the fuck I was walking into. It would have been really nice to have an explanation, a warning sign that, hey, your mom's not doing so hot, some shit might go down. We need to go visit her because she's in a coma. Like, when you go to see her, you're not going to be able to talk to her. But I didn't get that warning. So I walk in and I remember the first person I see is my sister's brother. Long story short, same moms, different dads. That's her brother through her dad. So I just see him, and the instant I see him, I think it's like, I'm like, oh hey, like, because in the back of my head, I don't know what's going on. So I'm like, what's up? Like, hey, how's it going? And it's just like, when I felt his vibe and saw him and saw how he reacted to me, that's when it really clicked. Like, I didn't even have to walk in the hospital yet. I just knew something wasn't right because of the way he reacted when he saw me. Because I hadn't seen him in a long time. So instead of like being excited like I was expecting, and it was like he was looking at me like he knew what was about to happen. And when he saw me, it just, there's no hiding it, I guess you could say. When he saw me, there was no hiding it. There was no, you're faced with reality. That shit's going down, shit's gonna happen. Go into the hospital, see her. In the last image that I have of my mother, wires everywhere, tubes, shit in her brain. There's literally like they had to screw her brain open. I know that's not the right way to put it, but they had to. Something I don't really remember, but something about the pressure. I think they had to release pressure, so they had to like screw something, like a release valve essentially, into her brain so it can release pressure. So she literally had like metal in her brain. Like, it was just something I was not expecting, something I was not prepared for, something that I didn't know that I was going to be walking into. And I think that's really like what fucks me up. And I guess I don't know if like what was fucked me up. I would never, like, I can never blame my dad for not telling me, because I know, I can only imagine how fucking hard that would be to sit your daughter down and be like, hey dude, look, your mom might die, she's in a coma, we're gonna go and see her and things might be weird, so like, just so you know, yeah, shit's fucked, caveat before you walk in. I make a joke of it now, but I can recognize how hard that would be to have that conversation. But if I were to be able to express my grievances, that would be the one thing that I would change in the world, is that I had some warning. I was given truth instead of trying to protect me, because I don't, in terms of protecting me, I don't think it did what the intended purpose was to do, if that makes sense. Like, my dad was trying to protect me, but I think in the long run it ended up causing more damage because I wasn't prepared for that. I didn't know that I was walking into a mom in a coma. I thought I was gonna dab it up, what's up chick, like, how's it going, how's it been hanging, sorry I didn't come see you on Christmas, you know, sorry I didn't, you know, you know, so that's that story. Yeah, woo, we love it. Hopefully it was at least like somewhat coherent versus my last stories. I still need to pick out an outfit and plan an outfit. Yeah, love you. Thanks for coming along. You know what it was. You know what didn't feel right? You know what was feeling off? I didn't have my coffee. I normally have her right here for these videos. She is right here for me. She is my comfort cup. She is here for me when I need her. And she wasn't here. Why do you think I've been stressed out, okay? The answer is that I didn't have my coffee. The only difference is today she's hot instead of iced because I'm feeling spunky and I'm feeling pumpkin. It's fall. Is it only September 23rd? Yes. But guess what? That means it's spooky season and that means it's pumpkin season. If Starbucks says it's pumpkin season, bitch, it's fucking pumpkin season, okay? No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Okay, I am still going to plan and put on an outfit for you. The plan part, already there. It's starting to get too jumbled. Me doing these story times and trying to plan an outfit off the cuff, it's just getting too much. I'm mid telling a story and I'm trying to like figure out what looks good. So no, I'm gonna cut the BS. I'm gonna make it easier and more streamlined. I already planned the outfit. I'm now just going to put it on for you. You still, as I promised, get the outfit and get the story time because there's one thing I'm not gonna do, let you down, okay? Let's do it. With that story time, I kind of just left off where my mom died. I guess I could go into like what happened after, very shortly after. So like I said, it was the 31st, December 31st, yes. New Year's Eve, we love it. It's a great holiday. Every day. We love every single ounce of New Year's, okay? We love her. It's just a great day, okay? No, you girl. Pause. I'm just a little bloated right now. We're gonna keep going, okay? They're just a little tight. These are definitely stand-up pants. These are not sit-down pants. These are literally stand-up only. I'm not sitting down, okay? These pants will not be sat down in because they're a little bit too small, but you see why I like them? You see why I like them? Okay. You see what I mean by the whole cohesiveness of it? It's hard to tell a story and then just be like, okay, now look at this, and then do this. It's just too much. So I'm just gonna plan the outfit, put it on. You guys still get the best of both worlds. Put an outfit on, tell the story time. Capiche, capoosh, bingo, bongo, call her a day. My mom dies, and as the kid, I'm still not like processing what's happening, what the hell is going on. My 2s aren't looking like 2s, my 3s are definitely not looking like 3s, and it's just a mess, okay? Literally just a mess. So we have this, I don't know if you've ever heard of the special little city. I am from this special little place called Manhattan, Kansas. No, not Manhattan, New York, Manhattan, Kansas. Okay, and oh, so funny because they're just so funny. Ha 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 ha. They coined it the Little Apple. Okay, real unique. The Big Apple, Manhattan, and they called it the Little Apple. Real unique, bitches. I see what you did there. Real unique, real special. Because they coined it the Little Apple, New Year's Eve is like a pretty big event for the city. Everyone gets together in our little town square. It's not really a town square. It's called Aggieville. Everyone gets together in Aggieville and watches the ball drop. And riddle you this, it's not a ball, it's an apple. My mom just died. It's New Year's Eve. My friends are like, you wanna come to the ball drop? And I, just losing my mom, distraught, not knowing what the fuck to do with my life, I went. Now, I don't know if I should have gone, if it was the best idea for me at the time, if it was the best course of action for what was going on in my life, but I went. And I still don't know if this is the pinpoint of where it all went wrong. I guess I should mention, there was for a very long time in my life where I just shut it all off. It was too much. I didn't want to process. I didn't want to feel. I didn't want to feel the emotions. I didn't want to feel the feelings. I didn't want to process the emotions of just losing my mother. 12 years old, losing my mom. I didn't want to go through it. I didn't want to feel it. I didn't want to face it. So like I said, I shut it off. I turned it off. Yeah, sorry, I need to shave my armpits. As always, literally as always. Like I said, I turned it off. I didn't want to feel it. I didn't want to face it. I didn't want to go through it. And I think, looking back, the time that I'm able to pinpoint on what maybe started that is going right into hanging out with my friends. I just, not even the night of my mother's passing did I sit there and let myself process or grieve or even like let it sink into reality of what just happened. I just kept going. I said, okay, we're just going to block, pretend, ignore, and we're gonna go on with my life. I was hanging out with my friends before my mom died. I'm just gonna keep doing that. Like there's nothing different. And looking back, I can definitely see that was probably not a good idea. It was probably a good idea to distract me and get out, but I think that was the point where it all fucking flipped off. I flipped it all off and didn't face it. And if we're being honest, I don't think that shit turned back on until I started facing it head on when I was like 18, 19. I had already moved states. I had already moved to my new city. It wasn't until I was like started to heal and go on my healing journey that I finally processed these emotions and finally processed the death of my mother and my father, because by this time my dad had also died. But I didn't process my mother's death at the time for a very long time because I was scared. Because I didn't want to feel, because it was too much to feel. And I didn't have the tools in my toolbox to know how to heal it. And I had troubles with therapy. And we can save that for another story time because I've already gone ifs and buts and around. I had struggles with therapy. It didn't work for me. I didn't like it at the time. And so we can get into that at a later date and time. I can tell you my process with therapy. Listen, do not, when I'm saying that, do not sit here and be like, oh, perfect, I don't have to go to therapy. Yes, bitch, you have to go to therapy. I'll tell the story time. I believe in therapy, but at the time when I was a kid, it didn't work for me. I'm gonna save that story for a later date in time, but I don't want you to think with me saying that means don't go to therapy. Yo ass needs to go to therapy. I fucking say it there's no breath left. Go to therapy. Get your fans in therapy. Get your family into therapy. Everybody needs therapy. Okay, the outfit in question. Boop, 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 boop. There she is. There she be. This was chaos, and this was a journey. All things chaotic, that is my life. I know this was kind of a short video. I didn't really know how I wanted to get into it, how I wanted to do it. So I figured I would just sit down, stand here, and just let it flow, let it go, let it come naturally and casually. And we did it. So we're here. I'm just gonna close it out now. I'm gonna finish my coffee while it's still warm. I'm going to process what just went on. I love you as always. I'm proud of you if nobody's told you lately. I'm super proud of you. I love you guys. Give it up, as all YouTubers gotta say, give it a like, share, and subscribe. If you wanna, mostly just, if you want to hit that subscribe button, that would be really nice. That would be really cool. We can be girlies and be friends forever. I probably shouldn't say that. In the least most parasocial way ever, let's be girlies, okay? In the least parasocial way possible, okay? I love you. I'm gonna go because I just ramble on. Hopefully this made sense. If it didn't, someday it will, okay? I love you. I will see you next time. Goodbye.